Okay, so here we have the Mongo client that has connected to the MongoDB server that is listening at 27,017, whatnot. And we have displayed all the databases. You know, we type show DBs, and right now we have the cs5210 database that I've been using in another lecture. If we want to use a brand new database, we can use the keyword use, right? And then the database that we want to use. Notice that if I do that, notice that it switches over to that database. It doesn't actually create it until I start inserting stuff into the database. So for instance, if I say again, notice that it says that it's switched over to the database, but if I say show DBs, notice that it still doesn't list it. Right? It's not listed yet, not until I actually start inserting information in it. Also, we listed the collections or tables, right? It's the equivalent of tables. I have no collections. So let's start adding stuff into this set of collections into this database. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to use the following syntax, right? All the commands start with db, right? And then after that, you can provide the name of the collection or table that you want to insert, right? So for instance, if you want to insert into a quiz, we can insert into a quizzes collection, right? We can insert multiple quizzes. So the syntax is db dot the name of the collection that you want to interact with, followed by a command that you want to operate on that collection, right? You can store information, you can retrieve information, you can update information, you can remove operation, right? All the four CRUD operations: create, read, update, delete, that you can do on any data set. All right, so let's first insert some information into this quizzes collection, and as you guessed it, right, the command is called insert, right? And the syntax is that it looks just like a function, right? So it's db.quizzes.insert, right? And the argument or the parameter that we can pass into insert is the information that we want to store. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the information that we store in MongoDB is always going to be formatted in the JSON format. So here, I should be able to provide the data that I want to store in the JSON format. Right? So for instance, I might say that I'm creating a brand new quiz, right? And the title of the quiz is quiz 1, right? If I do an enter here, notice that it comes back saying that, yep, you were able to insert one document into that collection. Okay, there we have it, right? So notice if we now go back and ask for the collections, which before we had no collections, now we do have a collection. See, that is quizzes. And also notice that we used to, when we did show databases, right, before, it didn't come back with anything. But if we paste that in here now, notice that indeed now we do have the that database, right, that we had created earlier.